gozaimasu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this monthly service. Today's April's monthly memorial service. ただいまからマンスリーサービス月例の例祭をお使いさせていただきます。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。Meditation prayer, page 2.
Simulation, Yano Sensei, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. We receive simulation anew with our hearts and souls on this very moment. Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama.
Purification prayer.
Through the way meditation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for our shortcomings and devices from past generations. Guide us to meet the way of living, to reflect the divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray.
The Prince of heaven, the richest of earth, time without sea, years without end. In heaven and earth is the light that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works. Let us praise Tenchi Kani no Kami. Let us praise the divine being of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. Journey from the divine parent, to living Kami's infinite essence, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. Received Kami's great blessing and began life mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity.
Humbly we pray.
The divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Konko accepted the call to initiation. One day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him.
Expounding the blessings of heaven and earth.
Yet he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and knew not the dawning of day. The years passed and the world changed. He did not waver from his path, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenshi Kakitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor is thus renewed, and blessings flow universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of becoming Konko. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, to clear the body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, not regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge our ways. Let's live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let's care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let's guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Closing meditation message for the monthly memorial service. In the presence of Ikemi Konko Daishi, the life force Tenchi Kainokan, on behalf of Konko Mission Wahiawa and Yasuhiro Yano, let us therefore pray. We gather here for monthly memorial service on this day, April 24th, 2022. In this service, we seek to honor and extend our sincere gratitude for the blessings we have enjoyed to this day. Pray for our spiritual fulfillment of Midama spirit of the people who are being affiliated to this church. It is a great honor to serve this church. The last 45 years, along with my wife, Reiko, and our children, and the support of the people in the Christian community. After succeeding the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, who established this church at the branch church of Konko Mission in 1940. All of these blessings are possible because of policy mediation. Truly appreciate the unfortunate encounter and the twist of fate that Reverend Haruko Takahashi was saved through the encounter with the Reverend Kodama and evolved to become a Konko ministry. We are being receiving divine blessings from the time of our ancestors and to our descendants. We speak blessings living, and even after we pass away. In memory and respect toward our deceased ministers, family members, and friends, we pray that the virtue of the Konko life, the Tenchi final coming, enable the Midama Street to be fulfilled and at peace. This year marks the 82nd year since this church was initiated. None of this would have been possible without your divine guidance and blessings as part of many people. We continue to extend our prayers for the many people of Hawaii and throughout the world that are experiencing hardship and suffering. We also apologize and pray for the environment that has been damaged and polluted by decades of chemicals and sustainable elements created by humans. Yeah, the life of stingy kind of country. Please allow us to be of service to you in helping others. Our utmost impression, thanks for blessing we have been able to enjoy. Please let us help each other and guide people who live in life in suffering. Through the virtue of Konko life and the life of stingy kind of country. And we know to people that they can attain peace of mind. I pray that the presentation service is good. Amen.
参拝者一同共に拝礼。Recitation of Tenchi Kagitsuke, page 6.
イハミコンコライン天地神の神神に願い神は我が心のより本日今日で神へ
Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within. Grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and ever, on this very day, pray. Yami Kodai Dainchi Shaikan Kami Shin Yagai. Kagawa Yari Konko Kami. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within. Hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day, pray.
Adoration prayer.
With eyes in awe to heaven, soaring above.
With our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above, we bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep. Live amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yami Konko Gaijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of divine hair embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami.
心拍賛美 page 29.
お家祭れば天高くお家祭れば天高くおろみ祭れば地は厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の取り次ぎ一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の御守りと秋近きの隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずやにあまねく満ちて果てしなく神計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の比例を仰ぎ祭らん
一度で一度入れVitama Feya, page 12.
Spirit of love gone before us.
Lord, you have given the gift of life in this restless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to the span of years. You'll be remembered eternally, your love is enduring generation to generation. Honor the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami and the Konko faith, you walk the way of guidance, respecting the will of divine current. You emasculate male fear of fate to take into the world beyond and lead your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless beyond your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you to stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
一度手入れ
Monthly renewal service, Saishi Yamitama Street, upon Minister of Konko Mission Wahiawa, Reverend Alko Takashi, Reverend Mastaro Miyasaki of Konko Church of Omagi, Reverend Masayuki and Kiki Konaku, Reverend Masai National of Konko Mission of Konko, Reverend Hidejiro Itoshi Osaka of Konko Church of Kawanishi, and Yamitama Street, the people who have ever been guided and content the Konko Mission Wahiawa any party in the month of April. Wishima Shinshin no Mitama no Kamito no Yeshiro no Mitama no Vendas Robert no Mitama no Iwasa Yoshio Yuba Mitama no Takashi Kiku no Mitama no Takashi Denji no Mitama no Takashi Shige no Francis no Mitama no Noguchi Yoji Vicha no Mitama no Reverend Yoshi no Masato no Mitama no Yamamoto Yoshi Alice no Mitama no Noguchi Sai Jin no Mitama no. With the best reverence, we have gathered here today, April 24th and 22, in observance of the monthly memorial service in a renewed remembrance, honor, appreciation, and praise of those who came before us and became the foundations of blessed lives. On behalf of Konko Mission Wahiawa, I ask you, Yano, Reverend Stephanie, Yamitama State, each of us has been born into this world to live through the grace and love Kinchi Kainukan, the life force. From that moment of conception and throughout our lives, we have been immersed and fully saturated with their blessings. One day we return to the spiritual form upon departing from our physical existence. I found the Konko state. Those who are living between heaven and earth are blessed children Tenchi Kainu Kan. Even after death, we shall also receive the blessing Tenchi Kainu Kan. Whether we are living or dead, we must remember that heaven and earth will always be our home. As such, Konko line showed us that there is a blessed relationship in life and death. Thus, always remember that the blessing of the life force transcends time, space, and place, and distance. Our fun Konko line related. The light that the sun shines us is a divine blessing. The rain, the food is a divine blessing as well. All humans are blessed to live in the midst of divine blessings. People are born amid divine blessings, live amid divine blessings, and die amid divine blessings. Through divine arrangements, you have been guided to the Konko face. Your diligence and sincerity in pursuit of the teachings of the founder Konko Daishin enable you to understand and appreciate the way of Konko face through the work of divine mediation of becoming Konko Daishin. We offer our humble respect and sincere gratitude for the work of eternal spirit. With deepest appreciation, we have gathered here today to remember you in appreciation of your work and contribution to our lives in the past and present. Please accept the many offerings placed before you and sincere prayers of all. For talking of our sincere thanks for your presence in our lives, extend our prayers and thanks for your spiritual work as you help, guide, protect, and comfort us in time of need. We extend our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude for enabling us to appreciate the work of this church for the last 82 years. This could not be possible if it were not for you. We pray that through your virtue, Amisama no Kami, the Konko faith will pass on from generation to generation, and the true blessing of the faith will be realized. Amen. Thank you again. All back to you.
参拝者一度共に拝礼。祖先三次法書 page 36。
第四の親は我が家の神我が神と心尽くしてつきまつらな心尽くしてつきまつらな尊き身をやの神たちを海のこのために家の柱は沈め立てたまいはすこのために世のなりわいを守り助けたまいがくりよのびえぬ境にましませともみを尽くしみのに心は写しよに変わらせたまわずさきみたまのまさきくさきわれたまいくしみたまのくしみに恵みたまいで志は薪の柱動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなくま心清らに励み努めしめとまいぶからやからやわらぎあいて日に日にうらやすく楽しましめたまいついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまいみ美しみを葬らしめたまわものと神の実りの絶えなるおかしこみ語りでな耳をやの恵みのおぼろげならぬ嬉しみ喜びもわすことはに心も涼やかにぎこしめしたまえと申す穴くしびのみよやのみたま穴くしびのみよやのみたま穴と音のみよやの神穴と音のみよやの神
23. The Konko faith, our faith. We believe in Shikane no Kami,
Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daijin, embraced Kami's revelations, and as divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. Revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths to guide humanity towards spiritual fulfillment.
Good morning. Thank you for coming, attending this our monthly memorial service. Welcome back, Jason, for a long time. Today, Edna is working and David is working. So today, 今日は先生と私がお祭りを使いさせていただきます。Recent time, it's blessing because April, the monthly memorial service, Yamamoto Arisu-san passed away, and then Jin Noguchi-san passed away for 5 days later, April 17. So our church founded person for a long time, especially Noguchi-san family, Shisha-san and Jin-san related. Noguchi-san family はこのチャーチファシリティ、このチャーチのこのグラウンド、purchasing related great この work というかこの買うためにですね、for the purchasing, and then they receive divine blessing until because they come to church every single day, every morning, like Maisaka-san, Maisaka Yami-san, Maisaka-san family, Noguchi-san family, and Dochi Wahiawa and Harada Shiwa-san. These person every single day they come to, they tremendous receive divine blessing through Takashi Bridge mediation. Such a Noguchi-san family, a big family. で、この教会のワヒア教会の彼の one of the biggest founded person. So that person, Noguchi-san family, so Jin Noguchi-san. But funeral was other religion, but so for a long time she attended this church to work for us, and they received divine blessing. And on the picture, そこにありますね。So why we have a memorial service like today, a monthly? Do you know why we have a monthly memorial service? Did you think about it? Remember the person who help us or who work for us. So not only a parent, sometimes they pass away. That we never forget about the parent, because without parent we are not exist. So at least we are exist. We thankful for the parents, and their grandparents, great parents, many people who directly related. And then for me, 私は numerous person every single day I pray to God, I recite the name, just recite the name, sit over here ね、Yano Sensei が prayer している。So not only the parents, but who gave me Konko faith. So でも、first Takashi Sensei who established this church ね。And then その前に今度は児玉先生、the Honorable Church also related. And さっきの親先生 will pray for us. And then we learn 経典ご理解 in the scripture. The first disciple, the founder, also founder and family, the wife and his family members really tremendous encounter hardship, but follow the founder and faith. And then that's why that's Konko religion until today it's continuing surviving to that thriving. So I always found also found a family no name, wife ね。それから歴代ジェネレーショナルファウンダー金光様、三代金光、二代詩人金光様、三代金光様、四代金光様、五代金光様、五代金光様 still alive, but still arriving, I recite the name. Mitama means not only the passing person, but we are when we born, we are given the Mitama spirit from Kami-sama, from his womb. At that time we studied Mitama. And after passing the body, the physical gone, but spirit, the Mitama spirit still working. So not only passing person, but I recite the name still present who serving Konko-sama and help me. So more, say that educator and who educate me, so affected someone who really helped me. That the person also, such a person, numerous I recite the name. So inside that Kyoten Borikai no disciple too. So if remember the name, and at the same time that the person who did for us, or for me, we remember, and then grateful feeling come out. So always, if forget the reciting name, something missing, I feel. So especially my father gave me, passed down the faith, so I never forget. Also, Senseiのparent too, or brother, sister too. もう本当に plenty name I recite. So such a way, keeping the person who did for you. That's why I exist now like that. And grateful heart come out naturally. And the faith はありがたい心が、ありがたしと思う心はすぐ見かけの始めなり。If feeling ありがたいな、I feel so grateful. Then that's starting divine blessing. So, or keeping the name and then that the person, the name, that the person who, what did they do? What did she do? Always tell to other people among the family members. So that the way is forever ずっと続いていく the continuing phase, especially phase. So I'm wondering, Noguchi-san family, such a big family in that newsletter とかね、大きな記念誌、the anniversary booklet, big family picture. what the divine blessing they receive, that the initiation, the why they started the Konko faith, the beginning part, we have to know. So, 知っていますか？ Do you know that why they start? 知らないでしょ。Yeah, many generation to generation で starting why they started Konko faith. That point, something tremendous incident happened. They received divine blessing. That's why they continue like a generation to generation. Starting point we should keep remember and then tell to the other family member or friend and the acquaintances, other people, and like a faith community discuss, share each other. That is really important things. So if you have occasion to have an opportunity, why you attended or studied this Konko faith, and what did you receive divine blessing? How did you feel the Kami-sama? And what's so grateful feeling? So 何がありがたかったのか。それをずっとこのありがたい。If you really tremendously receive divine blessing, it's really exciting. Boiling water. We should keep the boiling water keep boiling. Usually pull down and then kind of. So that 努力 in the effort, it's really important to say becoming a happy life. ありがとうございました。Today, main service is Sensei. Sensei translated interesting story. So, something learning from the speech. 少しでも apply daily life. Thank you for listening. ありがとうございました。
Thank you for joining today's service. Thank you for the message from Reiko Sensei. Do not forget the foundations, beginning of our initiation in the Konko progress. I'm a third generation Konko believer. And my grandfather was initiated because he could not have any children. He went to Buddhist temples, shrines, religious organization. He could not get blessed. So when he went to see Konko-sama, he came to the town. At the moment, he can get blessed with 3 children. And now I am one of the descendants, 3 generations. Okay. Thank you very much. I want to introduce today about article I found in this paper, Konko Shin. This is publication 2 or 3 times a month. Japanese title is Omizu wa Kami-sama. Maybe you can understand meaning of Omizu wa Kami. It can be Kami-sama. Anyway, we are working to host the annual Konko Mission Hawaii ZOOM Conference, a ZOOM gathering to be held on July 9th, 2022. The theme of the gathering is Blessed Nature of Water. How to connect to Kami-sama through water. Any major religious traditions have their own distinctive recognition of water in their practice of this. Later I'm going to share with you can be just a common story in the Konko faith community and show some very vital meaning for believers. Title of the actual show in Japanese, Omizu wa Kami-sama. That means water is Kami-sama. It sounds quite unfamiliar and may not be understood by many people. The expression Omizu wa Kami-sama may be derived through the cultural expressions commonly found in Japanese expressions. People regard a giant mountain as a presence of Kami-sama, such as Mount Fuji. They worship the Mount Fuji as a deity. A giant tree can be regarded as a sacred tree, or as a Goshinboku Kami's trees, and so on. The expression Omizu wa Kami-sama implies that the water is a manifestation of divine works, divine water. The author of the writing was kept unknown for privacy. The following is an English translation of the English translation. This episode took place when I was at the 6th grade, maybe 11 or 12 years old. But I was spending summer recess at the house of my grandparents at the countryside. I was suffering from the symptoms of atopic dermatitis, irritating skin condition, tortured whole body. I have been experiencing onset of the skin condition periodically from early stage of my life. No medicine helped to erase and ease the skin condition in those days. Because of the unbearable irritation of the skin, I responded reflectively to scratch the skin. There I developed into a wound, and sweat affected the condition even more seriously. I just could not help but to reflectively scratch even more harder. The wound became even worse. My grandmother, who worried so much about my suffering, appreciated it and said, when you sweat trying to get a shower, the water you bathe is Kami-sama. When you get into the bathtub, trying to believe you are going to bath in is a Kami-sama. The message from her was a surprise. I responded instantly and repeated that phrase, oh, yes, the water based I'm going to bathe is Kami-sama. I could accept the remark made by my grandmother. My grandparents initiated the practice of the Konko feast in the household. In a family Konko feast, we have been talking about the work of heaven and earth in the manifestation of the divine word. For example, any elements of sustenance of our life, such as light, the warmth of the sunlight, the water we use, the food we enjoy, and any other elements are beyond our human power. We simply cannot create those things. Any elements we need to sustain our lives are the blessings of Kami-sama, and as such, we need to respond in gratitude. They also told us the presence of the heaven and earth is the presence of Kami-sama, in the body of the Kami-sama. Because of the basic we thought about the blessed nature of Kami-sama, I could actually accept the message from what is about Kami-sama of my grandmother. I could appreciate the thought of the water you bathe is Kami-sama. But when I try to bathe in the water and use salt, those elements cause terrible irritation to the skin and wounds. I hesitate to get into the bathing water in fear. I try to follow the words of my grandmother, who said, "Say Konko-sama when you take a shower and bathe in a bathtub." Unexpected phenomena happened. When I took a shower by saying Konko-sama, I felt the irritation of the skin when I soaked myself in the bathtub. I developed an illusion of being warmly held in the hands of Kami-sama. From that moment on, whenever I have taken a bath, I try to say out loud Konko-sama in my heart. According to the end of my stay at the grandparents' house, my skin condition was getting improved and regained my normal condition of the skin gradually. I have become an adult and lived a normal life without any worries about the onset of skin condition. That's really deep. But when I lived an independent life away from my parents, the atopic dermatitis showed up again. It could be attributed to the change of my living condition. The irritation of the skin disappears soon. The episode of onset of the disease reminded me of the life I spent at my grandparents' house and my sincere prayer in requesting the healing of the skin disorder when I was young. When I looked at many of my skin that showed no trace of terrible skin disorder at all, I reminded myself that Kami-sama responded to my earnest request for healing of the skin disease. But I showed Kami-sama no response in gratitude for the blessing I received. On the spot, I sincerely extended my prayers of gratitude to Kami-sama. I attribute the blessings of the healing of the skin disorder to my grandparents, who taught me about the wondrous nature of water as the water you bathe is Kami-sama. I still appreciate the habit of saying Konko-sama, I quiet, and that stay till today whenever I bathe in comfortable water in the bathtub. The grandmother told me the water you use is Kami-sama would be a prayer for me for the healing of the terrible skin condition I had. But more than that, she might have prayed that I would be able to appreciate the grateful nature of the water I use and did the Konko face, directing my heart toward Kami-sama. The habit of saying Konko-sama and the concept of the water I use is Kami-sama would be a manifestation of a strong prayer for me extended by my peace. That's it. Anyway, one incident. Anyway, we're going to hold an annual KMH conference. The theme is, as I said, blessed water. Water is a very common element, like we don't care about drinking hot water. We don't care about washing it. We don't care about flushing the toilet. But I try to read mine. I must, when I say, I must from cooking, in using bathroom, in bathing, and bathing. Try to connect yourself through the use of water. Whenever you turn on the tap water, arigato, thank you. When you get shower, take bath, arigato. When you drink water, arigato. You can be instantly connected to Kami-sama. It could be very easy. It can be very beneficial for you, spiritual and body, physical. Thank you very much. From the front farmer to page 13, last paragraph.
13。広報大使読んだ私な。読んだ。読みましたね。Upon his return, he related the following observation to his family. Some people only go on a pilgrimage to Shikoku for pleasure, not for their faith, rather than standing before a temple to offer prayers. They worship from a distance. If that was to be the extent of their devotion, they should not have started out in the first place. They should have stayed at home and worshipped there instead. This was in sharp contrast to Bunji's pilgrimage, which was motivated by his pure heart of faith and his earnest desire to clear away misfortunes that were predicted because of his becoming an ominous age.
On September 17th, 1847, a little over a year after Bunji's pilgrimage, Tosei gave birth to their first daughter they named Chisei. Chisei brought much joy to both Bunji and Tosei. As her first birthday neared, Chisei fell ill. Despite medical attention provided by 2 physicians and prayers by relatives and friends, Chisei succumbed to her illness. Bunji and Tosei were disheartened, not only because they had so little time with Chisei, who had just begun to speak, but also because her death reminded them of the loss of their first son, seemingly such a short time before. However, with the passage of time, their sadness was replaced with a renewed sense of joy with the birth of their 4th son, Mohei, hereafter referred to as Hagio, on April 25th, 1849, followed on December 15th, 1851 by the birth of a daughter, Kura.
On the last day of 1849, Bunji learned from his cousin, Hachiemon Morita, that a larger house was for sale in a neighboring village. At the time, Bunji's house had a 108 square foot main room with an adjacent closet. The thought of purchasing this larger home interested him. However, he had not forgotten that he had lost 2 children within the last few years after other home improvement projects. This uncertainty led Bunji to seek out Shiemon Ono, the village headman, who could consult the days and directions to determine if such a purchase was favorable. Shiemon responded favorably, which put Bunji at ease in his decision to purchase the house.
However, as 1850 began, Bunji found himself facing a dilemma. He had accompanied Shimon to the municipal office in Ide, current Soja City, to offer New Year's greetings. While there, Shimon met with his father, who held the position of chief of village headman. We discussed again the merits of the home purchase and construction plans. Mitsuman told Bunji, this is the year of the dog. As you were also born in the year of the dog, this is your unlucky year. You should not pursue the construction this year. Bunji was at a loss since the purchase of the house had already been scheduled, and it appeared there was no way to avoid misfortune. Bunji pleaded, can you please pray again to see was there some way to work this out? Examined his record and offered an alternative plan that would avoid any misfortune. Told Bunji, if that is the case, he must build a temporary house on March 14th. Dismantle the old house on August 3rd, start the foundation work on the 4th. Finally, set up the framework for the new house by the 6th and move it by the 15th.
Adhering to Mitsuman's instructions, Bunji completed the purchase of the home, disassembled it, and transported the pieces back to his property for reassembly. Bunji selected Motoman Kawasaki, one of his distant relatives, to be the master carpenter on this project. As instructed, on March 14th, Bunji and his son Mahimon moved into the temporary house built on the east side of the property. While others may have received similar instructions for projects such as this, they observed them only superficially. They would move into temporary house as a symbolic gesture, then move back to the comfort of their home before the project was completed. Bunji, however, followed Mitsuman's instructions to the letter.
Once again, successful project undertaken by Bunji was accompanied by tragedy. This time, the new Mitsuman began to report a low position. Bunji thought to his son, told him, "He is all right, you do not need to worry about him." 2 days later, Mitsuman developed to see where error the physician said. He examined the manual and he was unable to describe the condition. There was nothing in the examining case but declined and wounded, and had purification rituals On the same day as Makeamon's passing, a visitor noticed that Asakichi had contracted smallpox. In addition, Hagio also had a skin rash. Preoccupied with Makeamon's deteriorating condition, Bunji had given scant attention to the oncoming symptoms of Asakichi and Hagio. As custom dictated, once Bunji and Kosei became aware of their son's condition, they performed the Shime Oroshi rite, which symbolically sealed the house with purification rites and prayed for the recovery of their son. While this was taking place, Makeamon's body was temporarily placed in the storehouse. Their attention diverted to the new crisis. Bunji and Kosei became coordinated with saving Asakichi and Hagio that Makeamon's funeral had to be conducted by them.
Fortunately, Asakichi and Hagio recovered from their respective ailments. But Bunji was very happy with their recovery. His sorrow for Makeamon still remained. As a gesture of appreciation, he invited relatives and the Shinto priest who had conducted the religious services for his two surviving children to a celebration. Bunji handed out gifts as an additional expression of his appreciation. Surprised them, the Shinto priest in attendance. One of them even commented, "What a positive look at you have. We have never received such gratitude from a family whose members have recovered from smallpox." Bunji tried to not worry about the difficulties in his life and instead tried to always think positive. However, try as he might, Makeamon's death still weighs heavy on his mind.
じゃあ歌を歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing four songs. Page 57, 新人の道。それよろしくお願いいたします。
Shimawa
Tsuki Matsurama.
I'm signing from page 46.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear swirl within my heart. Still I know even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swing arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。Have a good day. ありがとうございました。
天気なんですね。 きやみ金庫大臣天地万の神におかげは心にあり、今月こちで頼み、やみ金庫大臣天地の神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月こちで頼み。ありがとうございました。
Announcements? Any announcements? No?
ですかね。ありがとうございました。Thank you for attending a service in person and online. Next week, May 1st, 天地界の神様のmonthly service. And then 27 April, 経典 study group. If you're interested in 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, please join us. Thank you very much. Please stay. ありがとうございました。